it's wild. You're probably sitting there actually finally having everything that you've worked really hard for. You've got the business, you've got the income, you've got the respect, but every single time that you get a little tiny taste of the freedom that you thought you wanted when you started, you can't actually enjoy it. You're on edge, you're snappy, you're replaying a million things on your to-do list, and while none of them feel urgent, because of that kind of feeling that it's generating, you're starting to run this fantasy of burning it all to the ground, like just quitting the thing that you've worked so hard to build. And the thing that I want to tell you straight off the bat in this video is that what you're experiencing isn't a character flaw, and it's absolutely not a personal shortcoming. And I need to say that because so many people think that they're the problem. What's actually happening is you're outgrowing your current way of doing things. Those habits that made you successful are now starting to hold you back. The things like that, because all you hear from this hustle bro culture that glorifies the grind, right? That's what you're listening to. And I just want to start this by saying I'm Ciara McCullough, and what I want to do over the next 10 or so minutes is I'm going to walk you through why this is happening to you, because why the solutions that you've tried haven't worked, and what actually has to shift if you want to perform at the level that you know that you're capable of, because to do that then without feeling like you can't stand your own life. And I'll also start by saying that I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to show you what I've seen work for professional athletes, for business owners, for people who are genuinely obsessed with progress and potential, and sometimes will openly admit that they're addicted to it, but like people who are then also done like white knuckling their way to success. And if any of those sound like you, just give me your full attention for the next couple of minutes, because what I'm going to tell you might save your business, but more importantly, it might just save you, the internal version of you. Because the reason so many performers can't relax is that rest feels like a threat. Slowing down feels like a risk, and any quiet time that you do manage to steal, well, after half a day, it just becomes this smash a bunch of podcasts on 2x speed and work even harder, right? Like, am I right? And that's not on you, right? Like, if we're really honest, like, that's not on you. It's like, what I mean here is it's your system. So while it is kind of on you, your system is at play here, and it's worked. It's brought you in the clients, it's brought you in your reputation, it's brought you in, all of those good stuff. And there was a time where that like nose to the grindstone mentality was working to build your business, but now you're simply outgrowing it, and your nervous system hasn't got the memo yet. So even though you objectively know you're safe, even though you've proven yourself a fuck ton, like 100 million times over, your body is still pushing hard and scanning for threats. Like, you might be thinking things like, well, anxiety is my fuel, and if I'm not worried, I'm probably not really working hard enough. And if I'm not saying, if saying no means I might be letting people down, and that's unacceptable, like, you shouldn't say that. Or, if someone mentions like things could be easy, or there could be more ease here, that sounds like danger to you, right? Ease is dangerous. If I relax, something bad might happen. And I've taught all these things myself, and I've heard them straight from my own clients. And the thing that I'll tell you is you're not choosing this. Nobody would choose this. What's happening is your nervous system is protecting you. Except those threats don't actually exist anymore. And because this is happening to your body, like your body, you can't then think your way out of this. You can't sit down with your journal and map this out like as a logical problem to solve, because you've probably tried that. Right? Because of what's happening isn't happening in your mind, it's happening in your body, right? Your nervous system is still bracing for things to go wrong, and for everything that you've built to just go up in flames. And you are still probably treating this rest or giving yourself permission to take space like something that you have to earn. And until you address that, until you teach your body that it's actually safe to be at ease, nothing is going to change. So that's what we're going to upgrade. That's what we do. And if you're like most of my clients, you've tried just rest. You've maybe taken a weekend away, or taken a week away, or maybe you've downloaded the app blockers, or set this really clear intention to switch off or unplug, and then spent all that time feeling like you were having chest pains because of what actually might go wrong when you take that time. Like, if that's not the case, you're probably feeling guilty and not able to relax because you're thinking about what you would do when you're back at work. So any time away that you did get or take, it gave you 50 new ideas. So clearly it didn't work. Maybe you tried putting some boundaries in place, telling people that, this is happening, or saying no and protecting your time. And all of that can work until one crucial thing happens. You've trampled over all of your boundaries before anybody even noticed that they were in place. You might have even tried breathwork or meditation or a slow morning routine that you saw somewhere, right? Read in some book. And all of these are incredibly great intentions, but you can't, in my opinion, self-care your way out of a nervous system that feels like it's been hunted for sport on a daily basis. So when you think about relaxing, you're met with this like gnawing sense that something terrible, like horrific, is about to happen. And on that basis, that's exactly why I built HHP. To help high performers, entrepreneurs, athletes to keep growing without hitting a wall where they start to resent their business and ultimately their lives because they're trapped in something they've outgrown. And the way I see it and what I've experienced myself is that most programs will give you a framework. They'll give you some step-by-step process to follow that, yeah, probably will work for a good chunk of people. But for people who are used to and then stuck in survival mode, all of that is totally useless because you can't logic your way out of this. It's not to be fixed by ticking boxes or like giving you processes. You have to work with your body, not just your mind, not just the process, not just the tactics. And I'd be really honest with you, right? Because I care more about you understanding how this works and making a decision that's right for you than to ever sell you something and force you to buy into something, right? Because here's what I need you to know. This process inside HHP isn't linear. And the reason for that is because you're not a fucking machine. You're not a robot. And this isn't a program or a course that you complete and tick off a list and then move on. Some weeks you'll have incredible breakthroughs. Some weeks you'll feel like nothing has shifted at all. And all of that ebb and flow is normal because what we're doing is a form of recalibration. Like, we're not trying to turn you into somebody different. We're aiming to help you become the version of yourself that no longer has to rely on being busy or feeling busy to feel comfortable and like yourself. So let me tell you what that actually looks like. The first and most important thing is this is one-to-one support in terms of container. Like, not a course that you watch at 2x speed for a weekend and just be like, oh fuck it, I forgot to log into that. You'll actually work directly with me in real time to recognize real patterns as they happen, which gives us insight at speed. After that, then we'll focus on integration. So in other words, what we're doing is we're building a new baseline for your nervous system where ease can feel normal and rest doesn't always trigger this existential crisis laden in guilt. And this may feel challenging because it's not about intensity. It's not a quick fix. And I'm not gonna hand you this checklist and like say goodbye, send you on your way. We'll actually work together to upgrade your beliefs that are running your life right now and allow you to perform at the level that you want for the next stage of your business and your life. And what happens when this starts working is that I'm not actually going to sit here in front of you and promise you some unrealistic fantasy outcome. You're not suddenly going to wake up and be like, fucking hell, I'm a millionaire now because you are now working 10 fucking minutes a week. But you come home at the end of the day, like when you come home at the end of the day, you'll actually be able to switch off. Not just perform it while you're sitting there trying to rest and your brain is like running this highlight reel of everything that could have been better. Like, you're actually there, present with the people that matter, present with yourself, not half listening while like drafting tomorrow's to-do list. And here's the thing, when you go to bed, you'll go to sleep and you'll stay asleep unless you have toddlers like me. Like, you're not lying there trying to sleep or waking up replaying conversations. You're not reinventing your business with all of these new ideas because you feel like you have to change things up, or you're not running damage control on problems that haven't happened yet. Or also, then when you've hit a milestone, this is what can happen. You'll actually feel proud. You'll savor it. Like, you won't just get there and feel relieved, or you won't just get there and then look for the next thing or brace for it to be lost. You'll celebrate your win. And as you celebrate it, you won't spend the next 3 days anticipating disaster. Like, when you make decisions, you will make them. You don't have to threaten yourself into acting. You don't have to psych yourself up with a bunch of consequences just to fucking move. You won't actually need all this self-imposed urgency. You'll do the work because you're aligned to it, and it is meaningful to you and is giving you back something for yourself, not because you're scared of what will happen if you don't. When you need to have hard conversations, you'll stand in your power because you don't and won't feel attacked, right? Like, conflict won't make you spiral because your nervous system has stopped feeling like disrespect comes with disagreement. Like, and that fantasy of burning it all down, it disappears because the business you are building finally feels like it imagined it would, and is finally giving you back something. And I'll be honest, it's not perfect. And I'm not saying that there will never be struggles, but when you feel safe, you will meet all those moments with capacity because your nervous system isn't now actively working to protect you, i.e., sabotage you. So, right now, this is the part where I tell you who HHP suits and who might be suited in a different program. So, if you're still here, you should consider HHP if you know you're already competent, if your business is established and working well, if you've done that bit, right? But you now need someone to help you stop running yourself into the ground while you're working and while you're building, because you care, like, you give a shit, you care deeply, and you care about all of it, like your clients, your work, and doing things properly. You're ethical, you're moral, you have integrity, and you have absolutely no interest in caring less. But you know you need to stop it from taking over your life. You're a high performer and you want to keep it that way, right? And make it sustainable instead of like always feeling like you're suffocating. That, right? You're not looking to escape your ambition. You're not trying to quit, even though sometimes you just feel like you want to just move away and move country to where nobody knows your name, right? But you actually like what you do. Like, you don't want to live like you're one day away from going bananas anymore, but like you're brand new, or you're like, if you're brand new or looking for a quick fix, or you just want to chuck some money at a problem and not really engage in the process, this absolutely isn't for you. Like, if you're looking to be saved, I cannot rescue you. But what I can do and will do is I can work with you, but I can't do it for you. It's not my journey. HHP is full of ambitious people who want to keep performing at a really high level, just without the anxiety, the guilt, and the self threats. And at this point, I think it's really important for me to tell you about a few people who have been through this, right? People who came to me that were pushing hard. Sometimes they knew that they were probably burnt out. Sometimes they had this sense that they'd lost themselves in the process and they had no time for anything outside of work. And everything that they did to create balance pissed them off because it felt pointless. And that comes with guilt and frustration, because what we do then is strip everything back and build a business based on your values, right? Now, I could tell you a lot about business owners, but really, really deep down, there's only one story. It's just told by really different people. Like, I built something that I thought would be epic, and now I feel stuck and I'm scared to slow down or change anything in case it goes tits up. Like, that's pretty much it. So if that resonates with you and it sounds like your experience right now, we can have a call. And I'll ask you questions, you can ask me questions, and we'll together figure out if this is the right fit for you. And I'm not going to convince you. I am definitely not going to pressure you. And I absolutely categorically will not persuade you on a call to hand me over your credit card details. Makes no sense in the world for me to do that. So please feel completely safe that this call that we have is not a commitment. If you want to perform at a high level and find a way that actually allows you to enjoy building it as well, I would love to talk when you're ready. And if you're not ready, that is also pretty cool. I do have a waiting list too that I can put your name down on. And there's no pressure to do any of this immediately, by the way. No no scarcity or urgency that I'm gonna like drum up here. You can do this today or you can do it another time. But the only question really is how long you want to live in this like in between state.